Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Africa Green Revolution Forum, D-Room. And today, I'm your presenter, Dr. Paul Chalimpa, Deputy Director General of Uganda Investment Authority, presenting about Uganda's conducive environment for investment opportunities, especially in agriculture. And first and foremost, on behalf of the government of Uganda, welcome to the webinar, and welcome to Uganda, the Power of Africa. The presentation has basically six aspects. One, I present about Uganda Investment Authority. It's enabling environment for Uganda in terms of investment. The investment opportunities in agriculture and agro-processing, and also the respective incentive regime that Uganda provides for investors, as well as how the ease of doing business in terms of setting up your business and running your business in Uganda. First and foremost, I'd like to note that Uganda is among the fastest growing economies in the world, and especially in Africa particularly, with our GDP at over 35 million US dollars, and with a population of more than 44 million people. And our economic growth only was affected by the COVID-19, but by and large, at a stable environment, our growth rate is at 6.8% per annum. And we are the leading exporters in this sub-Saharan Africa, since we are strategically located in terms of centrality. Uganda is bordered or surrounded by countries with high population like Kenya, Tanzania, DRC Congo, Sudan, Burundi, all the other countries. So if you're in Uganda, you're in a central place where you can be able to reach out to Sub-Saharan Africa, East Africa, and be able to tap into all these markets. So if you are looking at investment, you are looking at Uganda as a preferred investment destination. Now, as Uganda Investment Authority, our core focus as the authority, we deal in, we support policy advocacy, especially for investment, to ensure that the investors that come to Uganda and operate in Uganda have favorable and competitive tax incentives, and also favorable environmental policies that support investment. We also do promote and facilitate foreign and domestic direct investment in Uganda, but also beyond that, we do development of business linkages and facilitate joint ventures between companies or investors. On behalf of the government of Uganda, we also have access to land, which we allocate to investors across the various regions in Uganda. So when you need to set up an industry or a factory or a big farm, especially in agriculture, we can avail you land for extensive agriculture mechanization. And also, if you want to set up factories for agro-processing, we can avail land where you can set up your factory, and the land is available in the industrial parks and business parks, which are fully facilitated with the power, water, and all other services which you need to run your business. But we also do development and enhancement or support for the SMEs through business advisory services, business planning, entrepreneurship training, and other technical support for those who want to support, to be supported, especially in agriculture, across the entire agriculture value chain. So we help you to link you to those institutions in Uganda that will give you free services, right from the training to helping you to do value addition, to help you to do the pooling, that's collection of the agricultural outputs, and then be able to access also market. So those services, we provide them either by ourselves or since we are one-stop center for investment, we shall link you to our other government institutions that will provide you those services. So Uganda provides an enabling environment for agriculture, agro-industrialization, as well as investment in agriculture, especially agribusiness. The first opportunity that is available is agricultural financing. The SMEs and smallholder farmers and those doing undertaking investment in agribusiness are given an opportunity to access cheap and affordable credit with repayment holidays ranging from 1 to 3 years for your investment. We have what we call the Agricultural Credit Facility, which is under the Bank of Uganda that works with the Uganda Development Bank. So here, and other participating financial institutions that also provide, that pool together their resources to support the investors in agriculture. So here you can be able to access credit at 7 to 12% per annum, depending on the nature of the agro-industrialization or agro-investment or agro-processing facility you need. We also provide agriculture insurance scheme under the Uganda Agriculture Insurance Scheme arrangement in order to reduce the risk of resulting from agriculture losses out of natural disasters. This ensures that your investment is protected, especially in agriculture and processing. Now, this also helps to attract financing to agriculture, since most of the investors in agriculture and agribusiness are sure that is covered by under the insurance scheme. This is in a way de-risks the investment in agriculture. We also, under Uganda Development Bank, provide special purpose vehicle financing to various commercial farmers, especially in agriculture, in the general manufacturing industry, agro-processing, including those investing in tourism, housing, and commerce. But for specific agriculture, they have special rates, as I've indicated, ranging from 7 to 12%, with also tax with the repayment holidays between 1 to 3 years to enable you to stabilize your investment and be able to start repaying. And you can structure also your payment for the loan based on the seasons or based on your market trends. If you think that you only pay, you make sales once a year. So the payment structure will be such a way that you only pay for your loan, your credit, when you have actually made the sales. And also they provide flexibility in terms of adjustments based on the market dynamics. So these are flexible and affordable low interest credit for agribusiness and agriculture financing. So if you want to come to Uganda, this access to affordable finance that is flexible and the low interest rate is available for any investor in agribusiness. But also, to enable the investors have access to various farmers who are involved in agricultural production, agro-processing, and across the entire agricultural value chain. We provide a centralized database for agroeconomic information, so that about the farmers as well as agriculture, agribusiness, especially for small and medium enterprises. Now, if a large-scale farm investor, you will get information about the farmers, the quality of their products, the varieties, and the standard, the quality of the products, and you will know which quantities, which quality, and you'll be able to access from the various farmers so that they can feed, they can supply you with all the agricultural inputs for value addition, or which are already value added for onward processing, for export, or for sale in the market. So by and large, the information here in the system provides opportunities for agricultural marketing in terms of information, the statistical database, in order to know about the trends in agriculture productivity, the prices, as well as the available local market, as well as the international markets. And therefore, you can be able to link up with the local farmers, as well as the organized into farmer groups or associations. You can link up with companies, and you can be able to have a joint venture. You can be able to have a complete buyout, but also you can come and directly be involved in the production process, right across the value chain from the real farming up to the point of marketing. Also in Uganda, we have what we call the Uganda Green Incubation Project. Here under the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, where government provides technical support to small farmers, SMEs, and those farmer organizations who are involved in agriculture and also do value addition across the agriculture value chain. This is aimed at boosting agriculture production as well as productivity, also increasing investment in agriculture, promoting food security, but also by providing the technical and other organizational capacities to farmer associations and the organizations to be able to meet the market demands in terms of quality, quantity, and also to be able to engage with the international demand. So in form of joint ventures, buyouts, but also other supplies demanded by local as well as international farms. So this way, this enables the local farms to meet international standards in terms of quality and quantity, and also stabilize prices given the constant production and the quality of the products. This way, our local SMEs become internationalized, or they go international through the global intermediary organizations that provide the market access, international markets, by linking up with the local SMEs. Also, there's increased public investment by the government of Uganda in enhancing market infrastructure for export products. And specifically here, we have what we call the Uganda Export Facilitation Program, which supports both local and international farms to complement their efforts to do agriculture farmer input collection, input quality, but what's most important is after the production to ensure there is collection in terms of pulling together of the outputs, bulking, value addition, as well as supporting the export facilities. So this program here supports both local farms as well as international farms operating in Uganda to be able to have the right quantities of the agricultural output, then to do the bulking, value addition, as well as export. Also, under the Uganda Free Zones Authority, which is an entity in Uganda mandated with promoting exports, they support agriculture entities or companies, both local and international, by providing them land in the free zone areas, which with all the associated benefits for free zones, where these companies produce up to 80% for export, and therefore they are exempted from all taxes. And the aim here is to promote agro-industrialization, agro-processing, and create jobs for the locals here in Uganda. So there are a lot of incentives here, ranging from tax exemption on income from agro-processing, access to free land, free non-taxation of all the equipment and machinery coming in for agro-processing, and also exemption from tax for scientific studies, as well as training of staff, staff capacity development in agro-processing. So I will be showing you all these benefits ahead. But also we have the National ICT Innovation Support under the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, where the government supports development of solutions for local problems, especially in the agriculture industry. The solutions include applications, for example, apps or applications which show you the various farmers, the various products, and also all the information providing the application providing information across the agriculture value chain, all the actors and all the opportunities which are available within the agricultural sector. Now, if you are an ICT company or any investor, but you want to support you have any innovation which has been practically tested in your country or in another country, or you are coming up with a new one, our National ICT Innovation Program is there to support you to implement it in Uganda so as to add the value and improve production and productivity. Now, there are a lot of investment opportunities in agriculture and agro-processing in Uganda. And by and large, if you look at the value addition, particular crops, the first one on our agenda, or what we have in Uganda, among others, we have coffee, cotton, cocoa, we have maize, bananas, you have grains, vegetables, fresh ones, milk, meat. All these are available for value addition. In terms of post-harvest manufacturing and trade, there are opportunities for agro-processing plants in Uganda here, abattoirs, storage facilities, silos and cold storage for all these products, including vegetables. Transport and logistics, farm inputs, veterinary drugs, plant and machinery, sampling of equipment, and agricultural laboratories. All these have tax exemptions. You don't have to pay taxes when you are providing these services. And let me dive immediately into the incentives, the various incentives across the various sectors. Now, in agriculture, you'll be sure that you will get 10-year income tax exemption for those involved in agro-processing. You will be provided free land in the industries, in the industrial parks, and in the free zones. But also you have no tax or zero tax on import duty on importation of plant and the machinery for use in agriculture processing. But also, there is also, for all the scientific research in agriculture, you don't pay any tax. For all the capacity, the human capital development training in agriculture, you don't pay tax. For all the spare parts for agricultural machinery, you don't pay tax. So you have tax exemption. Now, if you deal in manufacturing, you are sure 10%, 10-year income tax exemption for all those exporting 80% of what they produce. And the VAT, whether the tax deferment on the plant and machinery, or whatever you import. And also it is imported duty on plant machinery is at 0. Now, if you are into the tourism sector, the vehicles, the equipment that relate for tourism or tax exempt, whatever you import. The total equipment, fixtures, and the furniture are exempt also from taxes on importation, as well as the accommodation, VAT on accommodation for tourism, hotels and lodges up country is exempt from taxes. For all whatever we are talking about, as I said, for human capital development, 100% tax allowable on training costs. And if you are within our industrial parks, we will give you free land with access to power, to water, internet, all these services. And you have 10-year tax holiday on your income, which is derived from renting out the facilities of the industrial park, if you happen to construct those. So we call upon you to come and set up businesses in Uganda. And you don't have to come here physically. We have what is called the one-stop center, which provides physical as well as an online facilities for you to register your business, to get all the licenses, to get all the migration clearances, to get the NEMA, to environmental clearances, all those services which are required for you to run and operate your business. They will be provided to you here at Uganda Investment Authority One-Stop Center. I'm going to show you the link, www.ebiz.go.ug. And also, you can register that business when you are not yet in Uganda by sending your documents here, and they will register for you. And also, we'll give you an investment license, free of charge. You don't pay within 1 day, 12 hours, and you will be able to use it to access even credit and access all the benefits which I mentioned about previously on the incentives and all that. So, the process here for setting up a business in Uganda is very simple. You do company incorporation, register a company, that is within like 2 hours, 4 hours maximum. Then we shall get you a tax identification number, the TIN number, which you also get within 2 to 4 hours. Actually, TIN number now you can get in 1 to 2 hours. We shall give you an investment license, maximum 2 days. But if you provide all the documentation required, we can do that for you in 2 hours. Then we shall help you to go to the industrial parks, also to the agricultural land, and you do site selection. And then after that, we shall help you to do environmental compliance clearance. Then we'll get you the licenses for worker permits within 2 hours, 3 hours. Then you'll be ready to start project implementation. And UIA will provide you also the aftercare services to make sure that your business is very successful. And within our one-stop center, and the website is here, which are the link, www.ebiz.go.ug. We help you with we have all these institutions electronically on one platform, as well as physically in our offices in Kampala and across the different regions, to help you to do business registration, to do land verification for all the land, to do the trade registration and approval for local council taxes and exemptions, the tax advisory and the registration with Uganda Revenue Authority, utility providers for water as well as power, the free zone services for those who want to operate in the free zone, immigration services for those who have experts whom we want to come with to operate here in Uganda. If it is tourism, the tourism opportunity conservation, environmental advice and the compliance, as well as the standardization, standard certification for all your products or services, as well as the banking services here in Uganda. All of these, you'll find them at Uganda Investment Authority that will provide you the investment, promotion, facilitation, and monitoring and aftercare services. I thank you, and I welcome you to Uganda, the part of Africa. I welcome you to Uganda Investment Authority, where we give you free services on investment and opportunities. I thank you, and I ask my colleague, Peter, to build on this presentation. Thank you, and over to you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Dr. Paul Kalimpa, my Deputy Director General. My name is Peter Kalaza Mulera. I'm an investment executive at the Uganda Investment Authority. And today I will be presenting to you investment opportunities in our agricultural sector. The first investment we're going to showcase is the establishment of a fruit processing factory in Masaka, which is the southern side of Uganda. Masaka is a leading pineapple producer in the targeted region and contributes to about 75% of the total pineapples produced in the entire region. The total annual pineapple and mango production in Greater Masaka is estimated at an amazing 619,718 metric tons and 181,100 metric tons for the mangoes, respectively, of the study in 2019. Based on the production volumes and the market forces guided by feasibility, which was handled by the Uganda Development Corporation, it is proposed that 2 parallel lines for processing 5 metric tons of fresh pineapples per hour and 2 metric tons of fresh mangoes per hour be set up in the Greater Masaka sub-region. As you can notice, there's sufficient fruit to sustain processing all year round, since an annual primary production of pineapple and mangoes of 619,000 shows an 181,000 of mangoes, shows that the proposed factory will utilize only 4% and 5.3% of the entire annual primary production of pineapples and mangoes in the country. What are we looking for in terms of project requirements? The initial project financing is expected at $10,200,000. The investment will cover the initial project capital expenditure cost, as well as working capital to commence operations of the fruit factory. The project is financially viable with a payback period of 56 months, and you'll be able to start making a profit in 2 years. And after making your taxation payments, you'll be able to make a return on investment of 15.3%. Uganda Development Corporation, in collaboration with Uganda Investment Authority, have aligned a domestic investor who has been identified, who will be able to provide land as well as partial financing in partnership with the government of Uganda. And we are looking for a co-investor or investment partner to come and work and invest with us here in Uganda. The next investment opportunity I'm going to showcase is the establishment of a cassava processing factory to take advantage of producing starch as well as ethanol. Uganda right now places cassava as one of our 12 commodities which are prioritized under the agro-industrial program under the National Development Plan 3. Uganda is also one of the leading producers of cassava and registers a surplus of estimated at 9.1 million metric tons from our study of Uganda Bureau of Statistics in 2020. And Northern Uganda alone dominates it with a cassava supply of 1.8 million metric tons, respectively, of 2019. Uganda has a domestic native starch consumption of approximately 1,000 and to 1,500 metric tons a year, electric glucose consumption of 1,000 to 1,500 metric tons a year, and a dextrin consumption of 400 to 500 metric tons a year. These markets have a combined value of approximately $3 million a year, which shows the untapped potential in our cassava processing sector in Uganda. Cassava starch has varied uses in the paper, textile, pharmaceutical, oil drilling, and petrochemical industries, and also in the non-food industries, which include wood processing, cardboard making industries. The project requires an investment of $12.6 million and a total land requirement of 25 acres. The proposed investment and project shall entail constructing of a factory, building, administrative spaces, acquiring and installing factory plants for starch and ethanol processing and other related equipment, furnishing and equipping officers, recruiting and training manpower, as well as commissioning the factory operations. According to the feasibility study conducted by Uganda Development Corporation in 2021, the project is financially viable with a positive NPV of $1 million and an IRR of 12.4% and a payback period of 8.4 years. The project also has an ERR of 67.6%, which is an indication of the robustness of the proposed project and massive contribution to the community and the economy. The next opportunity to be showcased is the establishment of a soluble coffee plant. As you might be aware, Uganda is the original country of Robusta coffee and produces two types of coffee, both Robusta and Arabica, at a ratio of 4:1. Coffee has continued to be a leading export commodity for Uganda, contributing close to 20% of the foreign exchange, and about 1.7 million households grow coffee, covering about 282,000 hectares. Uganda internationally is the 10th biggest coffee exporting country in the world and first in Africa. Its annual exports are higher than the rest of East African countries, such as Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, South Sudan, and Burundi combined. The government has shown its initiative by giving priority to coffee in all its development frameworks, such as the Vision 2040, National Development Plan 3, National Export Strategy, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industries, and Fisheries Agriculture Sector Strategic Plan 2015 to 2020. The project requires a setup of a state-of-the-art soluble coffee plant to manufacture 4,000 tons of freeze-dried and 1,000 tons of spray-dried instant coffee per year. The annual cost as well of raw materials such as coffee, beans, packaging, and also transport and utility will also be incorporated in the project investment. The capital investment in form of land, buildings, processing equipment, IT equipment, transport, and utilities is at a cost of $57.33 million. And the project was found to be a financially viable project and reflected in the annual net sales revenue, which has been projected to increase from 410 million in 2014 to approximately 2.4 billion for our last financial year. This shows that the financial analysis indicates that this project is a viable venture, and we're looking for a foreign direct investor to come and invest in the coffee sector. The last opportunity I'm going to showcase is the establishment of an aqua park in Uganda. Uganda has a huge potential for development of a commercial aquaculture industry. It has a fast-growing fish species such as Nile tilapia, African catfish, and extensive freshwater resources suitable for cage, pond, and tank-based aquaculture systems. Its agriculture and fishery sector also produces most of the raw materials needed for the locally made fish feeds. Our population is also used to eating fish, and it is strategically placed in the East African Community region for regional export. Large-scale cages in our Lake Victoria and other waterborne bodies could easily support a huge fish industry. A productive commercial aquaculture industry could supply a new source of high-quality raw material for value-added products for these local, regional, and international markets. And the ministry target is at 674,028 metric tons by 2020, which was last year, which was worth more than 157 million and 74. And the recovery of the fish stocks is attributed to a strong regulatory policy put in place by the country, which is enforced by strict guidelines conducted at all our lakes. The investment opportunity is to set up a nucleus estate farm to be built on 300 hectares blocks and consist of a common water supply system, including the central pumping station, hatcheries for the production of seed stock, possibly a feed mill, processing, packaging, and marketing facilities, as well as crops of extension technicians, which are operated by the developer. The plasma consists of the grow-out ponds with an average size of 0.5 hectares, which are to be distributed by individual growers who qualify under the program. The pond-based system will be designed for both tilapia as well as catfish production, or in both combinations. The scale of the production requires access to water for a permanent water body, such as a lake, or most likely a river. And this project is estimated at $30 million and provides a vertical chain that can be used to flow water through the park. It also provides the possibility of a hydropower scheme to reduce pumping costs to a reservoir, which would be which will reduce significantly operational costs for the pond-based aspect. Thank you very much. My name is Peter Mulera. I look forward to engaging you on these 4 opportunities, as well as the enormous investment opportunities we have in our agriculture sector. Thank you.
Hello, Peter and Paul. Thank you for the presentation. We have some questions coming in on the Q&A tab. Maybe you can just go through them and answer them.
So I will go, okay.
Let me read them out to you, Peter.
Yes, please.
So everyone can also see them. What is the status of the Sessions-Uganda Modern Economic Development Special Zone, which seeks to develop an initial 5 square mile area along the Masaka-Mabara Highway, where construction of processing plants for slaughtering, meat processing, fruit, and vegetables processing will be undertaken?
Thank you very much for that question. So the Sessions-Uganda Agriculture Industrial Park is currently being developed. We, as Uganda Investment Authority, have facilitated them to receive an investment license as one of our investors. And under our facilitation division, we've consistently been able to support them by providing guidance and other services which they require. The project is a privately owned project, and I would kindly ask the person to kindly send me an email in case you'd like to be introduced to the appropriators in order for you to properly set up yourself in their industrial agro park. Thank you.
Thank you for that. The next question is, where do you see Uganda with respect to achieving the mandate of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and expanding sustainable marketing opportunities? Could you also expand a little more on tax exemptions? Are these applicable for foreign investors, and is there minimum production output used to determine this?
Thank you. So first and foremost, the Africa Free Trade Agreement, Uganda Investment Authority and the country has a stakeholder committee which works with all relevant ministries, departments, and authorities, as well as agencies, which work together to collaborate to see Uganda be able to take advantage of this great opportunity. Currently, it's being steered by Ministry of Trade. And in case of any questions in regards to how far that has achieved, I believe we are working towards it, and we're actually making strong headway. In regards to the taxations, I would like to make it clear, Uganda does not have any tax favorability. As a foreign investor looking to set up here, we have a threshold which you set up of 10, depending on your investment and the sector, of $10 million, depending on whether you're looking to set up a full integrated agriculture project. So that means you're taking care of your primary as well as your secondary services. In regards to the taxations, once you receive an investment license, which takes 2 days, 48 hours with the right documentation, Uganda Investment Authority is in place to handhold you and guide you through the Uganda Revenue Authority, through our facilitation office and business development, to support you in order to get all the required tax incentives which you would be entitled to.
That's a great answer. There's one more question here from a poultry farmer in Uganda, interested in value addition. And he says, can I benefit from the services of the UIA?
Yes, Uganda Investment Authority we have also the small and medium enterprise division. And so we don't only accommodate large scale organizations. If you are a small scale business, you can come to Uganda Investment Authority, where we'll be able to support you under our SME division, to guide you and handhold you by introducing you to potential joint venture opportunities, strategic partners, or introducing you to potential financing through the different alternative channels with venture capital, angel investment, as well as, if you're large enough, private equity. And also at Uganda Investment Authority, we would want you to license with us so that you can take advantage of the 25 industrial parks which are being put in place for the agro and industrialization of this country. And I look forward to, I'll post my email right away for you to be able to contact me directly in case of any additional questions during the AGRF Deal Room session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. That covers the questions. There's actually one comment that I think I'll send to you personally from Michelle, and it's a chance to collaborate on one of the projects of the Kenya investment mechanism with USAID. So I'll send that to you directly so that you do have it and you will contact him later.
Thank you. I look forward to that.
And the rest are great comments. Thanking you and Dr. Paul for an amazing presentation.
And I thank the attendees for taking the time to come to the Uganda presentation. And I definitely look forward to engaging each one of the 130 of you by providing as much information and assistance you might require to invest, or if you're looking for an investment opportunity in Uganda. We're open for business. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining. Please do join the other sessions that are coming up today. I think we are now out of time.